All right, let's watch here. The first thing that's on it is the work that we talked about yesterday, the graphs. You got to be able to identify domain. Remember, that's the x values. You look and how it works, how the graph works left to right. So as far left as it goes to as far right as it goes. Then your range is the top to bottom. Okay, we talked about how to do the difference between parentheses when it's greater than, or over there, you use a brackets when it's greater than or equal to. Well, the first questions that we have here are this questions on the box and whisker. I'm down at the bottom of this page. I'm down at the bottom of the page answering questions on box and whisker. It says, use the box and whisker part to find the minimum, the lower quartile. So the minimum here is, anybody? 3. The lower quartile is 6. The median is upper quartile. And then the maximum. Okay. You can also, guys, it's also a good place to make you show me that you know a little bit about an interval. Okay. You could say the interval from 3 to 10. So 3 is less than x is less than 10, or less than or equal to 10, would contain what percent of the data? From here to here. 50%. And that's the reason, guys, that's the reason we use the word quartile, is because each one of these numbers breaks the data up into quarters. And so when I put 3 tick marks, so the first tick mark would be a fourth. The second tick mark would be 2/4. Well, what's 2/4? A half. Thus, 50% of the data. Then 3/4 is the Q3. And then what's 4/4? What is 4/4? 1. So how much of the data would that represent? All of it. Yeah, 100%. Okay. And so that's the questions that I can ask you here with this. I could also ask you to look at this picture and tell me the inner quartile range. Anybody? How do you find the inner quartile range? Ooh. No, the inner quartile range, the IQR,
minus the lower one.
Yeah, is Q3 minus Q1.
So that would be.
So it would be 14 minus 6. The inner quartile range would be 8. Guys, it's not going to be necessarily difficult work that we have to do, but we got to know what those words mean. Similar to down here. Guys, I believe that everybody in here can find the mean, median, mode, and range. What's the first thing you're going to need to do with these numbers? Put them in order. Guys, when you put these in order, all I can tell you is they've got to be set up correctly in order. And so what I would do is I would write the numbers down, and kind of as you wrote the numbers down here, you mark them out so that you can keep up with how many of each number that you have. Okay, so I got 40, 46, 54, and 70. Okay, then count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got it. So now it's just a matter of finding the mean, which is the average, the median, which is the middle number. But with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 data points, there is no middle number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So number 5 and 6, what do I do with them?
Yeah, divided by 2 is 32.
My median is 32. Okay, so now, look, this set of data right here is what's left. And so now, that time, because that was even to begin with, when I broke it down 5 to the left of 32 and 5 to the right of 32, now I have an odd set of data, and I can pick out the middle number a little bit easier. Everybody good? Q1, Q2, Q3. We just don't use this reference a lot. We'll say that it's the median instead of Q2, but it's the same concept. Just like this is called the Q1 is the lower quartile and Q3 is the upper quartile. What was the average, by the way?
Oh, hold on.
38.7. So the median was 32. The mode in this particular situation,
27 and 32.
yeah, it's got 2. 27, 32. If there doesn't have to be a mode, and there can be more than one mode. The range, guys, the range goes from 70 down to 27. So you take the max and you subtract the min. Like she's saying, it's 43. Mean absolute deviation. I have no earthly idea why this is such a difficult concept, guys. But in watching students work over the years, I know that it is. As you do this, you take 27 and subtract the 38.7. It's 27 minus 38.7 is 11.7. You take 27 minus 38.7 and get 11.7 again. Wait a minute, Coach Hill. That gives me negative 11.7. Well, listen to what it's called again. Guys, it's called the mean, which means what? Absolute. Guys, the reason I say absolute right there is so you'll take the absolute value of it. It's called the mean absolute deviation. So 28 minus 38.7 is 10.7. So even, guys, even if you get a negative, you take the absolute value of it and only use the positive number. Now, how many numbers did we say there were up here? 10. So how many division problems or subtraction problems am I going to have down here? 10. So you're going to add them up and divide by what?
10.
And so what's that answer? It's called the mean absolute deviation. Anybody? Questions? All right, that's that first section.